had so much fun behind the wheel, you know, and we did so much training, and we prepared so much to be confident behind the wheel. So I'm not going to say it was so much a challenge. Of course it was, but that was overshadowed by just the amount of fun we were having.
It's about a team that's a bunch of underdogs. And I think it's just like a feel-good movie. You know, it's like, you know, it's just like escapism.
But it's really about the characterization, the plot, the themes. It's romantic, it's funny, and it's full of real excitement. It's in a very immersive movie. You don't have to know anything about F1 or care anything about racing. You're going to have a great experience. The kind of movies that I wanted to go see when I was a kid.
I would always stall the car. Oh my God, I would stall the car so many times. Just getting out of the garage is like, and if you stall it, you know, at the actual Grand Prix, oh, it's very embarrassing. Brad was brilliant at getting out.
Brad obviously is someone that I've always wanted to work with, so this seemed like the perfect opportunity. I knew he was interested in racing because of a project we had developed before, so he was kind of the first actor I approached for this film, and when he said yes, obviously that gave us tremendous momentum. Damson Idris was someone I had heard about but never met. I did an audition with him, which he was obviously incredible in. But then we made him do a driving test as well for the part, and he proved he had skill on the track as well. Then we had to put them both in intense driving training for 4 months to go from sports cars all the way up to the open wheel, full-on race cars that they drove in this film. And the training was very, very intense.
Oh man, challenging is an understatement. Driving those cars was really strenuous on the body, so the neck training was pivotal. But also we wanted to look like we had strong necks when we were outside of the cars, you know. I don't know, I need to ask Joe if he did anything with CGI or anything, if he made our necks stronger. But no, I do all these crazy exercises to make it strong, and my neck muscles got so strong I actually broke one of my chains. Oh. Yeah, I laughed too hard and like snapped it. But true story.
You had to be physical, you had to be a good actor, and you had to put a huge time commitment. Brad Pitt and Damson took 4 months out of their lives to be able to train and drive these cars. There's no green screen, there's no wind machine, it's all for real. They filmed at 9 tracks, really 10 around the world. We put 15 cameras around them, 4 at a time. We did everything possible to make this as real as it can be. We were on the tracks. We filmed in front of 100,000 people, 100 million people on television. And fortunately, they didn't spin out or crash, so that's exciting.
Normally when we were shooting the real live race stuff and the race days, it was very, you know, organized and timed because we were only given windows to shoot. We were really prepared because there was really no room for error on those days. So we had a really great crew and a lot of preparation was done, so then on those days it was kind of more exciting than nerve-wracking. But I do know the boys, when they were walking to their cars, like there were moments when the real-life drivers walked in front of them and things like that happened, but it makes the movie look more natural.
Joshua is able to exist as a Formula One driver in a world where Lewis Hamilton exists. So Josh was able to walk the walk and be cocky and be free and be confident. And I love that because as a young actor, I stand on the shoulders of giants, the likes of Denzel Washington and Sidney Poitier. So I'm able to do that too. So I loved it that Josh was able to exist in this world and to just be Joshua and be a young rookie that everyone can relate to regardless of race.
The sound department is like an Oscar-winning sound department, and Lewis Hamilton was very strict on the sound of the engine. So when they're in certain turns and certain racetracks, Lewis was very clear about what gear the car was in at that particular time. So the sound of the gear changes are Formula One cars changing gear at the exact. So just the attention to detail is really amazing. Traveling all over the world, you know, it's fun to see all the different racetracks.
You know, one of the first women that I met in the world of Formula One was Susie Wolff, who fell in love with Toto Wolff in this world, because you're traveling, you know, this whole group of people is kind of traveling around the world together, and they share this passion for racing. So I found out it's very common for people to meet in this world and fall in love. So I was very much inspired by them.
So it's not necessarily Kate being the only woman in a team full of men. They're all like a team who want to work together. And they're all like fond of each other, because obviously a win is a win for all of them. So Kate sort of doesn't really feel like a woman in a male-dominated sport to me. I feel like she just feels like one of the team.
I thought Carrie did an incredible job bringing this role to life. She talked to a lot of other women that are in the sport, including strategists and technicians.
Bernie Collins, who was an F1 strategist in real life, and she is from Ireland, and she seemed very similar to girls I went to school with. So immediately there was an ease with us together, and also her education was quite similar to mine. So I was able to kind of piece together a backstory that wasn't too far from my own, which was really helpful. Will Buxton said we sound similar. When he first met me, he said, "Oh, you remind me of Bernie Collins." I thought, oh my God, perfect. I didn't understand anything about Formula One before I started this movie. So I would recommend it because, okay, so many reasons. Amazing soundtrack to the movie and amazing music to the movie. So there's a really great pace to the movie. There's also camera work. If you have any interest in cameras at all in movies, there's like new cameras were invented for the movie. And so just some of the camera work is incredible, how they captured things.
We had a preview in California. And one lady said, it was a blind preview, she didn't know the name of the movie. She said, when I heard it was about racing, I wanted to get up and leave. Now I've seen the movie, I rated it excellent, and I'm telling all my friends to go see it. When you see the movie, you talk about it, and you recommend it to your friends. It's the highest recommended movie I've ever made. If the audience likes it, we'll be back.